Who's in the mood? Nightmares come pouring out of hell.
Hey guys, and welcome back. So for today's video, this is something new for me. I was quite nervous. I didn't know if I should use this prosthetic because this was my very first attempt at making my own prosthetic. So I had been going back and forth all week about using this, but it did take me about 3 days or so to finally finish the prosthetic, and I was just finally to a point like, you know what, F it. We all got to start somewhere, and you know what? I came to the conclusion that if I didn't like the look, I could always not put the video up. So obviously the video's up, so I didn't mind how how it ended up. So here we go. I started off by using some Vaseline to protect all of my hairs, my brow hairs, my little baby hairs on the side of my face from latex if I accidentally put latex there. I just wanted to go ahead and protect all my hair so that I still had it when I was done with this look. I then go ahead and brush all my hair back, and I actually spray it down with some hairspray just to get it as flat as I could in order to go ahead and put a bald cap on. So to do so, I go ahead and place some latex on my forehead and just pop this bad boy on. And I know, you don't have to tell me, I look extremely sexual with this bald cap on. Oh yeah, baby, we all know how good we all look in bald caps, right? I know. So after I get it in place how I like it and as flat as I could get it, I go ahead and use a hair tie just to tie my ponytail back, and I actually put the back end of that bald cap in as well because it does pull it tighter to make it flatter. Even though I was planning on leaving my ears covered, I did want to cut a little bit of this excess cap off just so that it fit my face better. I then take the liquid latex on all of the edges of the bald cap and take the liquid latex to glue down the parts of the bald cap that are underneath of my ears. I'm also being very careful not to get any liquid latex on my eyebrows. Next, I'm just using some red hairspray that I got at Spirit Halloween just to go ahead and paint the bald cap red. I am making the cutest faces while I'm spraying this bald cap. Just look at me. Cutest faces ever. Now for the prosthetic. This is the prosthetic I made, and I did not film the process. However, I did take pictures. So let me go ahead and explain how I made this. I have been following Ellimacs. I am a huge fan, and this was her look. I wanted to put that out there first and foremost. I did follow her tutorial. Go check it out for a more in-depth way of making this prosthetic. So I will link that down below. But first off, I did follow her tutorial and started off by making the horns out of aluminum foil. Then I got a mannequin head from the craft store, and I did set it with Elmer's spray paint glue so that the horns didn't stick to the mannequin head. I did also wrap the aluminum foil horns with some electrical tape. I followed the 2-to-1 ratio of flour and liquid latex to start building my prosthetic. As you can see, I did try and build some cheeks for this look, but unfortunately it did not turn out, so I did not use them. I know the mistakes that I've made during the process, and yes, I could have redone it, but I figured with all the work that I had put in, I would just go ahead and use it. I had made the prosthetic too thick, and it took days to dry, so if you are to recreate or do something like this, using liquid latex paste, I highly suggest that you keep it on the thinner side because it will not dry like it should. But once it was dry, I was able to peel it off because I did set the mannequin head with that Elmer's glue spray like I had said before, and use flour to just peel it off so that it does not stick to itself. Then again, just following her video, I took a hot glue gun and made some details on the prosthetic just to give it more depth and dimension and not make it look so flat. Then I took some red hairspray, just like I did on the bald cap, to paint it red. And then lastly, I added some little jewels because I wanted this she-devil to be girly. Why not have a she-devil be a little girly? You know what I'm saying? I did not film any of this process because I really didn't think I was going to end up using the prosthetic, but I do want to see how much I kind of grow throughout the years, and I wanted to challenge myself this year. I try to up the game for myself every year. So for the first time making a prosthetic, I know the mistakes I made and I can fix them next year. So I will try again next year and do much better. I promise you that. To further protect my brows, I went ahead and took some surgical tape that I had in my port kit and placed it over my eyebrows just because I want to keep every little hair that I have. I don't have much brow hair, so I need to make sure that I keep it all. Now I'm just taking some liquid latex everywhere that the prosthetic touched on my head and on my face, and then also putting it on the inside of the prosthetic so that I get a good stick when I place it on my head.
Devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess.
And then I'm placing the latex around the prosthetic just like I did when I put the bald cap on.
I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess.
I first go in with some more of that red hairspray just to give everything another coat, and I also go over that a little bit with some black hairspray just so everything is blended more. Now I'm going in with some red water-based paint and just start to paint my face and a little bit on my neck. As you can see, they're a little bit of a different color, red from the red hairspray and then the red water paint, but in the end it all comes together. Then I go in with some red eyeshadow because sometimes the water-based paint can be a little patchy, so this way it kind of makes everything come together and not look patchy. Now I'm going in and doing some highlighting with some yellow cream paint. I'm going to take that cream paint under my eyes, a little bit on my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin. I go in with a little bit of yellow eyeshadow over top of it to give it a pop. Now I'm going in with some black cream paint and just painting my eyes, all the opening from the prosthetic, and then I go ahead and set that with some black eyeshadow. I do go in a little bit later and kind of lighten this up because I put about 3 or 4 stacks of lashes on to give it that more girly effect, just like Ellimacs did. And I wanted to do the little eyelashes that she did in the video because I just adored that look with her she-devil. So obviously I wanted to do that as well. But I couldn't see my lashes or the little lashes I'm kind of doing here because, whoa, Christy, don't drop a brush, because it was too black. So I do go in off camera and kind of try to lighten the black up a little bit. And as you can see here, I did put some lashes on and really stacked it up just like she did. And as you can see at this point, it is a little lighter than it was just a second ago because I wanted you to be able to see the lashes and the little fake lashes I did on the prosthetic as well. Now I'm going in and doing some contouring, but in the end, with the little hot glue little details that you'll see here in a second, they kind of end up getting covered up anyway. Boom, there they are. I just took some hot glue or a hot glue gun on parchment paper to make this little design because my cheek prosthetics did not turn out. So I went ahead and did this. I thought it turned out pretty cute and just put them on with some liquid latex and then went ahead and painted them red with some cream paint. I'm using the same jewels that I used on the prosthetic and taking 2 of the black ones and putting them in the circles on my cheeks, and then also taking 2 yellow ones and putting them right above that, basically on the tops of my cheekbones. For my lips, I'm just taking a brush and placing some of that black cream paint on my lips and then setting it with some black eyeshadow. For my chest, I'm just going to add some highlights and contours, basically just popping out my collarbones and just contouring them as well. I go back and forth between yellow, red, and purple. Again, I'm just following Ellimacs She Devil tutorial. You can do whatever you want. I just wanted to follow her tutorial because I'm a huge fan and wanted to recreate it. I go in and blend all of those colors together, and then the final touches is just going back in with the red and black hairspray paint to make sure everything looks more blended and cohesive. My husband came home and actually helped me do some finishing touches, just making sure everything looked good and gave me the A-OK and supports me with everything I do. So I just love him so much, and I thought this was such a cute clip to put in. So that was basically it for this look. I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Again, check out Ellie Mac and her channel and videos down below. They will all be in the description box. And I hope you guys liked my first ever try at doing a prosthetic at home. I will definitely be doing this again in the future and already can't wait to do this again for Halloween next year. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next one.
Devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer. You know I had to confess. Bang, bang, on my head, bang on my head, bang on my head. Call